Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all over the world, can you believe it? We are back for another action-packed, fun, inspiring, adventurous stream with Rags to Riches. I am Brandon, and I am the founder of the Rags to Riches community. In fact, I'm the CEO, CFO, CEO, Supreme Ayatollah. Who we got here in chat? Jim Rat Crypto, turn it up. Beat Terrafin. Any day that you can beat Terrafin is a great day. I drank my ketones today and I'm on fire. Jim Rat Crypto, you slick little dirty dog. Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope you're doing well. Hexycat, Raggedy Rags. Dan Smith, not another notification from the Grand Ayatollah. Supreme Ayatollah, ladies and gentlemen. Last night, Rags and Rags. Dan Smith. I'll dislike in preparation for the stream. Thank you so much. Dougie Peach, what's up? That's his real name, folks. Dougie Peach. Terrafin, number 22. Slippin'. Arthur Welsh. Good day, Rags. And lads, tuning in from Brizzy, Australia. Outstanding. We got some stuff to go over. We got some important things to go over. You guys know how I do it. I mix it up. So we do some world news. You guys have to deal through, you go to the Sunday sermon. You got to deal through all the BS before you get to the bread breaking and the wine or grape juice, whatever you guys do. You got to deal with the other stuff first before you get there, right? Well, here we go. We're going to deal with that other stuff. But first, ladies and gentlemen, tell me that this doesn't feel good, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Look at that solid green candle. Now, we broke this down to the 4-hour yesterday. And we said, you know what? This structure looks really, really good. We drew a funny little line here. We said, if this breaks out, we could be pumping. We could be pushing this. Now, the question becomes, how far? So in my estimation, before we see maybe our first major pullback, now might be some derelict whale out there that does some crazy stuff. I think our first target's about 26 cents, folks. If we can get up above 22 cents, we're going to be playing around 26 cents. How does that feel? And just imagine if we get up to 35 cents like I talked about, and then I start back up the tweets, the up tweets. You guys love those, the up tweets that way, right? Let's go, fam. This feels good. This is exciting. This is a good thing. We've been getting beat up for a year. It's time. It's time to switch it up, ladies and gentlemen. Time to switch chat. Tell me, chat, how do you guys feel about this? Tell me how you feel. Red Squirrel in the house. Hex on air. Buffalo and Beat Rags about to give us the secret formula to the Krabby Patty. Quite possibly. All right, Rags sold out to the feds a long time ago. Yep, they're taking your names. If you're in this chat, I guarantee you are on a watch list somewhere. I assure you. I don't know if I'm being punished or being spoiled with these Rag streams. Certainly punished. I'm surprised you even had to think about that. You had to use brain power. You had to focus your brain power on that problem. I'm sorry. Hey, fam. Hey, Mr. Rags. Mr. Rags. All right, so what do you guys think, man? This morning, wake up, we go on the porch, we hang out, we chat a little bit. PulseChain fork live on stream that day. I shave my beard off, and then I don't shave again until PulseChain 1000Xs. How does that feel? Who wants to join me in that journey? You guys want some Spartans? We'll have some Spartans here. I have a bunch of dudes with some badass beards. Ladies, if you want to join too, you don't have to shave your leg hair until we hit 1000X. Actually, we'll let the ladies shave their leg hair at 50X. All right. Is that fair? That might be a little bit more fair there. Jesus Cristo. Simon, what's up, man? 3 streams. Dude, we're hey, listen. When you wanna turn it up, right? You got to stop making excuses and you just got to get on there. Nobody's going to stream for me. I'm going to get out here. I'm going to stream, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty stoked about it. Super physiologically ketogenic. Wow. How about that friggin' quadruple word score? Bobby Hexer, damn, man, you seem caffeinated. Not caffeinated, just stoked. Happy about life. Happy about life. You guys are tuning in, wasting your time with me here. I want to make your wasted time worth it. Black Crypto, hit me with that. Supreme, I done told you. I like that. All right, so let's get into this here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of the chat here. Got a lot of good people here in chat. Let's check it out. Actually, what's this all about? Don't follow him. He's good. I'm just going to make sure. All right, cool. So here's what's going on in the world, ladies and gentlemen. I know you guys clicked on this because you want to know what I'm going to be doing for PulseChain launch, right? Now, and this is something we'll touch on in a second, but I want to talk about a couple other things first. This is how we do it. Incoming recession. Biden says he's not worried about recession. Why does Biden say he's not worried about recession? He says because the consumer is in a good place right now. The consumer is in a good place. They got a lot of savings. The consumer, they're spending money. It's great. But when we look at the actual data, the data will set you free. If you believe in the data, and sometimes we don't, but the data at least leaves some clues, right, chat? It leaves some clues. So let's talk about the personal savings rate down in, okay, so August of 2021. What do you think the personal savings rate for Americans were, consumer-wise? 9.8%. Let me ask you a question. What do you think the personal savings rate was in March? What do you guys think that was? The new numbers haven't come out for April. 6.2%. We're down quite a bit. So what does that tell you? Now here's the crazy thing. 20-year average for personal savings rates, 7.5%. So what's that telling us here? Interesting. Peter Schiff, you guys know Peter Schiff. He says consumers are tapping into their savings account to pay for the higher price of goods. High rates of inflation, price of groceries, gas, rent, everything. Real wage growth is negative because of inflation right now. Kind of scary thing, right? So what are the three things that kind of screw this narrative up? First, the U.S. economy shrank by 1.4%. Second, Americans are saving less money. Third, real wage growth is actually negative due to inflation. 63,000 households were polled last month, I think by the Pew Research Center. 32% of those 63,000 households in America are relying on credit and borrowing money to pay expenses. That's kind of frightening. And you know why that's frightening? Here's why it's frightening. The Fed is planning on raising rates 6 more times. They raised rates today, right? 0.5 or 50 basis points. They raised it 50% today, and they're planning on raising it 6 more times before it's all said and done. Do you think the American consumer will be able to withstand these rate hikes to slow inflation? When you already have 32% of 63,000 people, which represent a very wide demographic, high income earners, low income earners. They also said that 1 in 10 of those people are borrowing money from their friends and family. Have you had somebody in your life right now that's asking you for money? Have you asked somebody for money? There's no shame in it, folks. This is going to be a tough ride. I participated in a Twitter space today, and the point was made that they just don't see the Fed doing any more of this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, friggin' get your fishing gear on, put your boots on. Here we go. We're about to wade through some stuff. We're about to cut through the river. And the water ain't slow here, ladies and gentlemen. The Federal Reserve, man, they have got to slow things down. So they're going to have to get a little bit crazy. They're just going to have to lie to you along the way to make you feel a little bit better. So it's better to lie to you now than tell you the truth now and prepare you for it. That's just the name of the game, guys. If you've been on this earth longer than, a couple decades, you'll understand that. Chat, what do we say about this? What's happening? Handyman says I'm in. He's into that. Dude, we're going to make some Spartans out of this. I'm going to shave my beard the day of the fork and then not shave again until we 1000X. Ladies, you can shave your legs at 20X. We'll bring it down to 20. That number might change every day. I don't know. He's such a chauvinist. He's such a white privileged man. He shouldn't be talking like that. Gender is nothing. Crazy. My leg hair. I haven't shaved my leg hair in 23 years. Oh my gosh. Crypto BD, what's up, R2R? Wasting my time on the train. So it actually is a total waste of time listening to you as well. Thank you so much. That just warms my cold ginger heart. And you say things like that to me. Thank you so much. Dylan Driscoll, Rags of the Man, LFG, Lima Foxtrot Golf, Winky Face. Interesting. Jen Hex, I shaved listening to System of a Down once. Still have the scar. Or that was not System of a Down. Bullish on liquid loans. We're going to kind of get into that too. I'm going to peel everything back right now I'm going to peel back and we're going to talk about the strategy. But before we get into that, one more thing, very interesting thing here to talk about. Just like we said, Roe v. Wade. You guys know that this is plastered all over the headlines right now, and the marches are already scheduled, and in the Supreme Court, all the justices, they've got their bodyguards all around them. Safety and security of the Supreme Court justices are in jeopardy. And if you watch this chat, if you watch this channel, we all think that it's just a distraction. A distraction for us to not look at what's going on with the economy right now, because that's the real stuff. In a way, to find a way to blame the other side. That's what's happening. They're going to get destroyed midterms. They're going to take all these problems. They're going to shift it right over to the people who take over the House and Congress. United States politics, outstanding. All right, Roe v. Wade. 5 and 9 justices. They were for overturning Roe v. Wade. So if that happens, abortion becomes immediately illegal in 13 states. Very, very interesting. And I'm sure that a lot of people, they'll be able to cross state borders if they want to get an abortion. But the question is, a lot of these folks don't have those funds. They're not going to be able to do it. A lot of states will immediately change and amend laws at that point. The problem with all this was probably a clerk of the court leaked this information, right? So there's another little rabbit hole that you got to go down and understand. Why would somebody put their entire career on the line to leak this? Why? Why is it so important to leak this? Okay, well, you can make the argument that somebody felt super social justice and said, well, this just can't happen. These horrible white people and white males and this and that, they're telling women what they can and can't do with their bodies. Screw the kids inside, but that's unsat. So I'm just going to social justice it up. I'm going to take one for the team. I'm going to be a martyr here. Here's something else to consider. In the United States, we have a separation of powers. We have the judiciary, the executive, and the legislative, right? If an investigation has to happen, and maybe they knew that an investigation would have to happen to figure out who leaked this, it would require the executive branch and the legislative branch to be involved. We have a separation of powers for a reason. It's so things like this can't be leaked. Do you think the Supreme Court trusts the executive branch right now? And it's certainly the legislative branch snooping around in their files and snooping around in all of these court cases and these decisions and these opinions? Probably not. So maybe this was all done because they're looking for something else. What could they be looking for? What could they be looking for? Well, we will use that as a discussion for a future video, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're going to get to what everybody here wants to see. Red squirrel in the house. We don't want to see red squirrel. Certainly not Irwin. Born yesterday. Ha, 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 ha. Hex token. What's up, my brother? High household leverage plus interest rates rises. Yeah, equals reg. It's not going to be pretty. They are giving the U.S. consumer and certainly probably the Western consumer way too much credit in terms of how high their financial IQ is. I would imagine that. Passing it back to y'all with love from Texas. Bueno. Boom. Let's go. All right. Please do not suggest women don't shave their legs. Old Bobby, old school. Dude, Bobby, you come from the old school train of thought, bro. We're progressive these days. We've moved on. The gender is just, it's like a fart in the wind. It's there and then it's not. It's gone. The Supreme doesn't have the votes. It will fall under the 10th Amendment, states' rights, which will be ugly in California and New York. But we already know this. Well, very interesting to see how this all works out. Born yesterday, $2. Jen Heck says it's not Rag's beard, they're runaway sideburns. I got that white trash gene. I've been trying to, push him back a little bit. All right, here we go. Be bullish. They will get $1 million book deal and make it here. Yes, that's how that goes. They're going to circle the wagons and they're going to save that poor little 20 or 30 something new lawyer from imminent destruction. They'll pull them into the fold, to the guild. What are you guys going to do? when PulseChain launches. What is your portfolio going to look like? I can't tell you what your portfolio is going to look like because I don't know, but I'm going to tell you what my portfolio is going to look like. And we're going to kind of go into a little bit of detail. I'm going to talk a little bit about liquid loans, and I'm going to talk about, they've got a lot of different strategies. I'm going to talk about the strategy that appeals most to me because I think it's the least amount of risk. Now, very important, this is financial opinion. Don't listen to me. I barely graduated high school. Do not like, comment, or subscribe. I'm just telling you right now, it's not worth your time, and you will get wrecked if you do listen to me. So this is subject to change anytime. But for the time being, and this is also another caveat, I'm not including anything that I get for free from any other projects. I'm not including airdrops in this equation. So if you have airdrops in this equation, I'm talking about how am I going to dollar cost average into things? This is how I'm going to do it, okay? 50% of my stack is going to be in PulseChain. 50% of my stack is going to be into the native token, PulseChain, right? Very important. This is a layer one. This is going to be the thing that people are talking about. I don't think they're going to be talking about PulseX as much initially. People aren't even going to, that's not going to be on their radar. PulseX won't be on anybody's radar until it hits top 10 market cap, which I think it will. But for the time being, the narrative is going to be this layer one system state copy of Ethereum. That's what all the influencers are going to be talking about. That's the language that's going to be used. 50% of my stacks are going to be in Pulse. Why did I choose this? It's because I taught my folks 50, 25, 25 in the past, and it works very, very well. Before I met Richard Hart, before I met all you fools, this is what we used, and it works. When I'm dollar cost averaging, take $1,000, I'm going to put $500 in the Pulse every month. Take $10,000, I'm going to put $5,000 in the Pulse every month. Whatever you, $100,000, put $50,000 in Pulse every month. All right. Now after that, you're going to have, I'm going to have some options here. What do I want to do? 25% PulseX/Hex. So what you can do is take one of these projects. I would highly suggest that it's a Richard Hart project because it's worked out very well for everybody up until this point. I'm going to take 25% of my dollar cost average allotment, and I'm going to put it into PulseX. PulseX or Hex, one of those two. Okay. Now you can split it up too. You can put 12.5% in each, however you want to do. If you've got some gains, you can roll it back into Hex because Hex is a way for you to earn yield. And that's the beautiful thing about this. All of these tools are going to work together in tandem with each other. It's going to be very important, actually, right? And that's why we're vertically integrating. We want all of these things in the same city, in the same ballpark, so we don't have to go anywhere else or do anything else. That's the advantage here. All right, 25% of that, we're going to have liquid loans. We're going to have Hedron. For me personally, we're going to have new coins, right? Lots of new coins are going to be coming out. That's why this is subject to change. There might be some really strong projects. There might be some weak projects, but I'm going to have an allotment for that. Now, we're good. A lot of these new coins too, they're going to airdrop. I would not worry about the airdrop stuff. Don't just keep that out of the equation completely, right? I would stick to Pulse, PulseX, Hex, Hedron, liquid loans, new coins, et cetera, et cetera. New coins that you're excited about. But here's the point. New coins that don't have any type of track record in terms of their founder, right? Are you going to want to risk a huge, huge, huge stack on these folks? No, it's all about not blowing your account up and not nuking things and keeping risk low. So you're not gonna ape into this. That's what dollar cost averaging in. It's a plan to fight your dumb brain. It's to fight your urges and your emotions and being eccentric. It's to fight that. So when you dollar cost average, you come up with a plan. Every 2 weeks, I'm going to put in this much, and here's going to be the allotment, straight up and down, right? So I want to talk a little bit more. I want to earn as much yield as I can. It's very, very important, right? So I'm going to talk about liquid loans specifically. And I'm actually going to be going on a live stream with those folks, I think on Friday. If you guys go to liquidloans.io, you can go to essentially the portion that says knowledge, and you go down to the videos and the strategies. I really personally like Hodpul's strategy because it's it's lower risk and it's more palpable to me in that fashion. Before we get into that real quick, I want to check chat. Let's check chat. Let's see what's going on here. All right. Barely graduated kindergarten. I bet. Rusty says, if my wife knew what I sacked, I think I'd fear for my man plums. Well, listen, wife changing money. That's what they always say, right? That is what they always say. Benny Blanco. My tacos are brilliant, which means you are super brilliant. Very, very interesting comments here. They provide no value whatsoever. Thank you so much. Benny Blanco could not color inside the lines. Vertical stock. Que te pasa? What's up, everybody? Hex on air. Blanco waiting for your pickup. Jim Rat Crypto says, I think PulseX will perform better than PulseChain for a good while. You know what, man? I'm excited because I'm prepared for both. I'm prepared for both contingencies. If PulseX wins and beats out PulseChain, I'm stoked. I think that initially, though, I think that PulseChain is just going to get a majority of the press. I really do. So we'll see. We will see. I know the fundamentals are solid on PulseX, but I'm not sure if big-time investors with hundreds of millions of dollars are going to dump it into PulseX. I think they probably want to dump it into PulseChain, just kind of get introduced to what we're going on. But, hey, it doesn't matter. It might happen. It might not happen that way. We're all going to win. I'm stoked about it, and thank you for your horrible, horrible opinion, Jim Rat Crypto. Good God, man. Finbear, is Mel motivated? No, I don't think he is. All right, let's check. Vertical Stock says there's going to be crazy demand for PLS because there's the fewest sacrifices. PLSX sacrificers and people that missed both will want PLS. Very interesting. Renee Vogel Jr., 70% of my stack is going to PLSX. Staking 20% will go to PLS to hold and keep 10% liquid. Then take the reward token to buy Hex and stick that. Okay, cool. All right. Red Squirrel says Hodpul start is a good, safe start. Will be great for this year. Yeah. If you guys, if you don't know what Hodpul's strategy is, we're going to kind of go over this. I've got some notes, but what I'll do first, she actually has a chart, and I'll kind of do that. I can't barely read it, so I'm going to pull these off for a second. So the first thing that we're going to do, you're going to have your pulse. And I'm very interested in earning some yield. I'm not going to use all of my pulse, obviously, but if you want to, you can. I'm just all about minimizing risk and creating yield. I'm going to start with my pulse. I'm going to connect to the Liquid Loans D app and create a vault by depositing PLS. So I've got my PLS. I'm going to go to Liquid Loans, interact with their D app, and I'm going to create this vault by putting PLS in here. All right, that's step 2. Step 3, you're going to mint 10% of the value of your deposited PLS in USDL, which means you're now 1,000% collateralized, right? So you're going to take your PLS, you're going to mint 10% of USDL, which is the algorithmically backed stablecoin, peg stablecoin for Liquid Loans. Now, once you've done that, you take your USDL. So you created your vault, you minted 10% in USDL, which is that stablecoin. Now you can add your USDL to a stability pool. Now, here's the cool thing about the stability pool. You receive rewards in their loan token and liquidations, if there are any, in PLS. So you can get loan token and you can get PLS. If you stake your loan token, there's all these channels, man. You just keep going down and down and down. If you stake that loan token, you got to understand that in the beginning, the payout for staking your loan token is much higher the first couple years. So as time goes on, that payout's going to be less. So I think it's going to be beneficial for people to be involved in that initially, right? So if we take that USDL and we put it in the stability pool, you're going to get loan token, which you can stake for more yield, and you're going to get PLS. What do you do with that PLS? You put it back in your vault. I love it, right? So then you wait for PLS to go up another 10%, When it's up 10% and you haven't done anything, now you're collateralized at 1100%, right? And you want to return it back down to 1000% as a very, very safe buffer. You can mint more USDL, returning yourself to 1000% collateralization. Then you could add it back to the stability pool and just keep doing that. It's a very, very, very safe way to do this. It doesn't require much. It doesn't require much out of you. You create your vault, you mint your USDL, and you put it in the stability pool. You earn loan token, you earn pulse, and as price goes up, you just keep earning more. It's a very, very safe way to do it. You don't have to risk a big amount of your stack to do this. I'm all about earning yield, and right now, for me personally, I think that's the direction that I'm going to go here. Let's see what chat has to say. All right. Jen Hex says, I'm using the RAG strategy. I told my Hex not to pump and my PLSX to give me low yields. What's another cool thing about this? Another cool thing is in terms of PLS, you can also take a portion of your PLS and you can delegate it to the validators and you can earn return that way. Very, very cool. There's no risk of you losing that whatsoever, right? It's all about earning yield, making a little bit of extra money here or there, a little bit of extra scratch, whatever. Another cool thing, PLSX. If there is, well, there's going to be some sort of single-sided staking, right? And you're going to earn some sort of token. So the way that this is going to work is projects who want to come to PulseChain, they're going to give an allotment of some of their coins to the PulseX decentralized exchange. And if you stake your PulseX, you get a portion of that for free. It's free money everywhere. It's not really free. You have to pay to play. You got to have PulseX. But you know what I'm saying? We're just going to do things to mitigate risk. The next question that's going to come up, Brandon, what are you going to do pre-bridge? I'm going to tell you what I'm doing pre-bridge. I ain't doing nothing pre-bridge. There's going to be people who make a lot of money pre-bridge, and that's fine. But my official stance on this and what I'm telling everybody, I'm not doing anything. I'm not. The only possible way that I do anything pre-bridge is if I see that PLS and PLSX are trading for 1-to-1. And I might do some swapping then to help get my ratios right for my dollar cost averaging. This is a very, very simple way for you to have the least amount of risk possible, right? And for you to make a lot of yield, for you to continue to work and have peace of mind. You don't have to worry about trading. The last part to this puzzle, the last piece, guys, these are time horizons, long time horizons. 2 to 4 years, 3 to 5 years is actually, when you look at all the charts, I've done this analysis before. 3 to 5 years is money in crypto. Absolute money. Absolute money, right? So you got to hold. Just stick to the plan. You have to force yourself not to freak out. Stake Hex as much as possible. I would say that it's very important to stake. And here's why. Here's a big problem that we're going to run into. There's going to be massive redistribution of wealth on PulseChain. And it's because there are no penalties. I think that is the biggest feature of Hex. That was one of the biggest reasons why Hex is so successful is actually the penalty. Right? And we're not going to have that on PulseChain. So I would try to fight yourself. I would try to force yourself into discipline. If you do have some returns and you do not trust yourself, stake that stuff out. Stake it out for years. If you don't feel comfortable doing a 5-5-5-5, I understand. That's going to be the best bang for your buck. But at least lock it up so you know that if you do something stupid, you're going to lose a lot of it. Everything in life is about pain and pleasure. And we make decisions off pain and pleasure all the time. Jen Hex says, rest in peace, Rusty's plums. Wow, outstanding. Now, is Jim Rat, is he still in chat? What time is his thing, man? What time is his thing going on right now? You just crush on Hodpril, I get it. Man, Hodpril. Hodpril's a good artist, man. Did you see that Richard Hart thing she drew today? It popped up on my feed. Good for you, Hodpril. Hex on air. My imaginary friend understands me. Last evolution. What if the price of both PLS and loan tanks? One could argue it's best to simply sell a big pump wall. to sell a big pump, wait for a tank, and buy a loan token for a super discount as tokens unlock. What do you think? I think that the fact that we have 1,000% collateralization is that buffer. You can do whatever you want. This is just the strategy that I'm doing because it's simple. I don't have to use a lot of brain power. And people smarter than me are going to make more money than I am. But I'm still going to be good. I'm still going to be golden. I know I'm going to be golden if I just do what I say, what I just gave to you guys just now. Godfather J6 says, I agree, Rags. That's a good strategy to utilize. Maybe buy some Hex in there to get the T-shares. Like I said, 25% of your stack, if you want to go PulseX or Hex, or split it up 12.5%, 12.5%. You can't go wrong with it. Just get those T-shares, stake it out, and that's going to save you a lot of trouble and a lot of hassle. Very, very simple strategy, guys. This is not advanced stuff, but if you stick to the plan, you'll be good. From PLSX to PLS or the other way. Well, it just all depends on what you have and what you need and what your strategy is going to look like. Did you sacrifice for Pulse? Do you have a lot of PulseX and you need to get Pulse? That's you just got to look at that type of thing. I don't know what your situation looks like. Rag strategy is foolproof. My girlfriend uses it every month. She's batting at 1,000%. Alan, Fizz, Ame, $5. Thank you so much. I'm going to stake that forever. Has anyone created a calculator to determine which validator to go with to maximize yield when delegating PLS? I don't think those, I talked to David Feeder this weekend, and I don't think the yield has been, you don't know yet. You don't know how much you're going to get back yet. We'll know pretty quick. Now, it's important to know, too, for the first maybe week or so, the network may be a little bit slow because we're getting all these validators online. And just by the process of natural selection, the validators that aren't worth a crap, they're getting kicked out. I think we have, 300 registered validators? And from what I hear, David Feeder might be on top right now. But I'm not quite sure about that. But yeah, I don't think there's anything like that yet. I'm sure there will be. I don't think they've determined that yet. More questions here. Hex 19.756. Yep, I've got Hex at 19.83. I think I'm using V2, though. I need to change that. I'm buying PLS on the pre-swap. 400K Hex in the PLS. Let's go. Let's go, man. Tony Bonboni, I can dig it. I've missed something huge here. What do you mean no penalties on PulseChain? If you stake or if you delegate, right, you're not going to get a penalty if you pull it out like you would on Hex. If you decide to commit to stake on Hex, your stuff's locked up. Not going to really be that function on PulseChain, right? So I think people are going to be buying and selling a whole lot more, especially new people. They don't have diamond hands. They don't understand how it works. That's what I mean by that. Sorry, Rusty. Hot Pro is my buddy. She rocks. Rusty, that makes me laugh, Craig. Hot Pro is awesome. Quit talking about me, Davis. Nobody likes you, man. What are you talking about? So Rackham, per a recent tweet, is going to line up an interview with Colin Noir, gun activist and attorney. This is awesome. Maybe RH will do an interview with the Hodge twins, whom PLSX sacked. That would be huge, 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 huge. Now, I will tell you something, too. If you were involved in one of the Twitter spaces this afternoon, we heard some massive news from South America. Absolutely massive news. Now, I like to be conservative with things, but our buddy Frosty, I'll tell you this, for all the antics, for everything that people talk about him, I'll tell you this, man. I talked to him about a year ago, and he was telling me about all this stuff a year ago. And I just want to say, you got to judge people by what they actually do and judge them by their actions. And he's down there taking some massive action, folks. So here in the next day or two, I think you guys are going to find out some pretty interesting information. So we shall see. I just wanted to let you guys know about that. Some really, really big things for Pulse and Hex and PulseX and in just our ecosystem in general. Love it, love it. Balliot Brand in the house. Last time, hey, Rags, do you think USDC, USDT, or DAI will have any real value via ratio trading? I think that all right, here's my opinion on it. I think that there will be value in terms of ratios, and here's why. The fixer bot, they're going to go over and they're just going to fix the supply of each coin, or each token rather, and they're going to bring it over to PLS. There's not going to be any weight attached to it based on price. There's going to be pure supply. So I think that pre-bridge, if people, I don't know why you would, unless there's some type of announcement, but if you're holding USDC and hoping to get it copied over, there might be some good opportunities to pick up a lot of coin, a lot of token, just ratio wise with USDC. I think pre-bridge, it definitely will have some sort of intrinsic value. But the thing that worries me is you're going to miss out on an opportunity if you're holding stablecoin and it gets copied over. You know, you could have transferred that stable coin into a different ERC that will actually have value day one. So it's just like I said, man, there's a lot of unknowns. I know that there's people that are going to be playing this, and like I said, they'll be very successful, but I'm just not going to preach that. I'm preaching people surviving, because y'all's money is way, way, way too valuable to screw up right now. It's way too valuable. We got some hardworking folks in here, and I don't want people to get screwed. So I think if you stick to what I'm talking about here, you're going to win okay. Davis, what's up, my brother? Talking trash to you all day. Hexographer says, good afternoon. Red Squirrel says, Rusty's clothes are so tight, I doubt he has any plums left. I think that qualifies as a legitimate burn, ladies and gentlemen. You said you would swap pre-bridge if it's 1-to-1. Which way do you mean? It all depends on if you have more PulseX or more Pulse and which one you want more of. I'm not going to screw around with this stuff unless it's 1-to-1, because I don't know what's going to happen post-bridge. I don't know if that's going to be the proper move. I hope that makes sense. So, you know, it just depends on how much you have in your wallet and how much you want. Yo, Brand Hex Machine. It's crazy that in 2 years we'll be comparing who got 5,000X versus who got 8,000X versus who got 10,000X on their investment. Let that sink in. That is the truth. How are you going to play this game, folks? How are you going to play this game? Play it smart. You don't have to take a lot of risk because you're in so early. That's the beautiful part, right? Just have an emotionless, risk-free ride and be happy. Pick up odd jobs, pick up extra hours, go deliver freaking pizza. Do what you got to do to make that money, man. And just keep adding it to the stack. And your $500 that you may have made on some side gig, that can turn into $500,000. That's why you got to think of it. I'm certain it's going to turn into $5,000. So you're not really making $500 for that 6 hours of work. You might be making $5,000 or $50,000 or $500,000. Talk about that all the time. Validator yield will be damn near zero. I don't think so. I think that these validators, I don't think they're going to be making that much money initially. But if I were a validator and I was playing the long game, I would give away as much as I possibly can, because I'm betting on the fact that PulseChain will get massive adoption in the future. And the more people that you have, and the nicer you are to those people, right now's the time. Right now's the time to snag these people and make them loyal to you. You might want to give away some validator coupons. That's kind of what we're doing here. If it ain't tight, it ain't right, Red Squirrel. All right, let's see what we got here. Vertical stack. The delegating reward should be determined by the revenue shared defined by the validator and the total amount delegated with that validator, correct? Wait. The delegating reward should be determined by the revenue share defined by the validator and the total amount delegated with the percentage. Yeah. The percentage is a total of the pool delegated to that validator. I think that's what it is. All right, Craig Wadding in the house. Third day at the new job. Onboarded my boss today. Outstanding. Just don't get fired. I hope that this job is going okay, Craig. Craig, stoked for you, man. Stoked for you. Let's check this out. David says, I think there's a lot of people are getting fudded out of staking. RH thinks the chain will get maxed out with people getting the airdrop. If we match BSC volume, that's $2 million in fees per day. RH thinks the chain will get maxed out with people getting the airdrop. I'm not really quite sure what that means. Davis says, I'm tired of getting beat down by the Matrix. Bro, aren't we all? Aren't we all? But aren't you happy that you're part of a community, that you're part of a bunch of people that understand this game? Step one is actually understanding the game, right? You got to understand the game that you're playing, or you don't stand a chance. So we understand this. We have the smartest people. The smartest people in all of cryptocurrency are in this community right now. I mean, the average IQ of this chat is for sure to the right of the bell curve. I'm positive. Positive. I bet it beats crypto at large by 30 or 40 points for sure. Hey Rags, you think PLSX will have any big price appreciation, excluding initial launch pump, until late 2023 during Bitcoin's next bull run? Those L1 blockchains all took off of you, but yeah, that's a good point. And I've been saying this for a long time. The fact that we have PLS now, and the fact that we're going to have pairs via bridge that are tied to Ethereum, and the fact that Ethereum is tied to Bitcoin, you know, we're much more closely correlated with Bitcoin than we were ever before with Hex because of our most of our liquidity in USDC. So I think the bull run is going to account for a lot of those X's, ladies and gentlemen, because that's when all the influencers and everybody makes videos and stuff, they start waking up. But there's something to be said about this. In a bear market, with these interest rates continuing to rise and people freaking out, right? And if we have that one last trigger where Bitcoin's price just falls off the face of the map, and then everybody scatters like cockroaches and they come back 2 years later like they always do. In that type of market, if PulseChain launches, we're going to be the brightest fire for 50 or 60 miles. Everybody in this desert is going to look and they're going to see this bright fire in the middle. They're going to come to it like moths, and that's PulseChain. We're going to be getting X's when everybody's going negative, when everybody's freaking out. So I think there's a huge case to be made that, and Davis, we talked about this, launching in that bear market is really, really good for price appreciation for that reason, because we're gonna be the only people on the billboard, folks. Very, very important. Money Changer says, "Oh, I see what you're saying. Thanks. I thought you meant you. No, anybody. How do you cope with friends calling Hex PulseChain a scam? Well, they boast about SafeMoon and friggin' dog coins. Just give up. It is a lost cause." That's a great question, man. That is a great question. Here's what you have to do. The problem with these people is the second that you come back and you try to defend your position, you lose power. This is sales 101, right? If somebody wants to go off just like barking like a deaf collie, you can call them, but they never come back because they can't hear you. There's a wah, 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 gone. I got that from some comedian. If they do that, there's nothing you can do. You just give them the information and encourage them to take a look. One solid piece of information is to take the Hex chart and compare it to the SafeMoon chart. That's really, really important. Very, very important. So you just give them those charts, tradingview.com. You say, hey, listen, here it is, and here's the website. This is what's happening soon. The best time to be in crypto is day one. And if you want to talk about it, just let me know. And then you walk away. Walking away is one of the most powerful things anybody can do. Been in sales a long time. And if you don't act like you're needy, they'll come to you. They might not come to you right away. They'll come to you eventually. They'll come to you when it's too late, or maybe not too late. Maybe you can still save them. But I think that's how you approach it. That's how I've approached it. I've stopped trying to make decisions for people. Really, you can lead a horse to water. They're not going to drink that damn water. Sack and chill, happy days. Absolutely. Craig says, if Hex dumps, I might get fired. Uh-oh, see? You got to think ahead, bro. Maybe if you onboard their competitor, then you get sued. 40 minutes late. Hope you missed all of it. Just walk away. Valiant Brand says, onboarded the guy at the gun store a few months back. Saw him today, and he's up 2x already pre-fork. You know what's really cool? And I know this isn't the case for everybody. I got into Hex in 2021, and I have never been down. Not one time. You know how good that feels? Even after an 80% correction, not being down. Feels great. And a lot of you guys who bought the top, you bought, 35 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents. You've been freaking out. Don't worry about it. Just chill out. Just chill out, stick to the plan, and don't do dumb stuff. You got to think in 3 to 5 year time horizons. Here we go. BSC max transactions were 16 million per day. PulseChain net testnet Transactions are going for 0.0003 PLS. F the blue and the red pill. Give me the hex colored one. I like that plan. We are 46 minutes in. 46 minutes. Let's check here. All right. Last evolution. Any value in holding USDC, USDT, or DAI? In my opinion, it's a gamble. I will say this. I saw through some channel that one of the sister wallets, one of the Hex sister wallets, sent USDC to back to the center of the matrix, essentially. Sent it back to Circle. Now, why would they do that? I don't know. Maybe there's some type of programming that's going to be involved to allow it to work on PulseChain day one, this or that. I think it's a risk. I like to stay away from risks. I'm not going to hold any USDC. I'm just not going to do it. I've been buying up Hex quite a bit. Been buying up Hedron quite a bit. That's just what I've been doing. And I've been building my dollar cost average stack. Started that months ago. So I got a lot of money ready for that. Any value? Yeah, we already talked about that. PulseChain will reignite the entire industry and kickstart the next generation bull run. Judging by the way that I have heard some people talk about this that have nothing to do with us, that is seeming more and more a possibility. The only thing that worries me is bad actors who might want to buy up just to dump on us. But ultimately, it doesn't matter. Because if they buy up just to dump, that's fine. Let them dump early. We'll chew them up and spit them out later. We're going to nibble on all that liquidity. Benny Blanco says, when they say scam you, you say, I'm worried it's over your head. Yeah. So I'm sorry. And the other thing is, like, you can say, listen, you're right, man. Maybe Hex just isn't the right thing for you. Safe Moon just might be a better option. But when you're ready to talk about Hex, come see me. PulseChain, etc. And then don't do what Benny Blanco says. When they say scam you say it's an IQ test and I'm sorry that you failed. That might not be the best approach. Works every time, 5% of the time. Hell yeah, Rags. Same, never down. Feels good. I've been dollar cost averaging the entire way down. I have too. I 100% have. Same. I've been in Hex day one, and I still have stakes ending the end of the year. We are up hugely. Outstanding. I love it. Guys, this is what it's all about, man. This is what it's all about. This is the best place to be in cryptocurrency. Try not to get trapped into going other places with these shiny, shiny things. Our promise in life, if you can just stick to your plan and just keep chipping away at it and try not to get distracted. Now, a lot of you are going to get distracted. A lot of you are going to put money into stuff that you see some guy hyping online. I've done it before. Guys, I'm not, it happens to me too. But just remember that the closer that you do stick to this plan, the better. Jump back on the horse after you get thrown off and get back on the plan. Get back on the journey. It works. We're not perfect. We're freaking human beings. All right. Eroy says timeline say here. I love that you are hanging at the gun store. Oh my gosh, guns. I can't believe he's into guns. Gun rights. It's horrible. Gosh. Hex Spaniels. Howdy, Brandon. Hope you're well. What a month May is going to be. Hex Spaniels from Australia. Tell your husband I said hello. And he probably, well, I guess it's morning time for you. He's probably heading out to work. Tell him I said hello. Be bullish. I don't waste time. I don't waste your time with people who don't want to listen. If you don't want to be a part of the best performing asset in history, sorry, I can't fix stupid. I think stupid occurs when you give them the information and then they're hostile with you. That's when stupid occurs. Sometimes it just takes people longer, right? It just takes people longer. It took me a long time. Everybody's getting rich in Hex, and I was staying poor because my brain couldn't comprehend it. Now I could be stupid. Could be stupid, guys. I could be dead smack in the middle of that curve. That could be me. But once I got it, once you get it, right? There's just varying levels of people understanding that. I could be stupid. If you want to be nice about it, say, what is it that you don't understand about? Yeah, let's see. Finally caught you live again, Hexpan. Outstanding. come join me on your stream when you are done? Golly, man. I'm just so flattered. This old guy just comes into my stream and asks me to join. That's flattering. I've been on boards a lot of people by showing them stakes off. I send them videos from all you guys and Richard's videos also. They're so happy that I told them about Hex. That's what we're here for, folks. We are here to provide information for people. We're here to provide truth. We are not here to steal money from people. We are not here to extract value, to take dollars out of their wallets and put it in our wallets. That's not what this is about. This is about community. If we can actually work together as a community, we're going to be where we need to be. That's what Crypto Heartbeat says all the time. We're unlocking wealth through community. This has not existed on this level in the history of mankind because we didn't have the technology. We've got the technology now. Most of you in chat don't even understand the implications of what blockchain is doing. Most of you don't, but you will. You will after PulseChain launch. You're going to see it in a crazy, crazy, crazy way. 35 cents. Let's go, Rags. Crypto 7. Don't tell me 35 cents. What are you talking about? 19.8. Yeah. 35 cents. We're going to start it back up, folks. We're going to start the tweets back up. You guys know how that is. Dear God in heaven, we have 202 people in the chat. You guys have nothing better to do than listen to me. I'm really, really sorry, folks. If you're just joining, and most of you have, I would estimate 35.34% of you just joined. If you guys want a solid strategy, well, actually, I'm going to let you determine whether or not it's a solid strategy. It's just a very low-risk strategy. A low-risk strategy, low emotion. You don't have to worry about much. If you want that, scroll back and take a look a little bit further back. Maybe about 20 minutes ago, we went over everything. It's a good way to not be emotionally tied to your money. All right. And very, very low risk. That's what we like to do. Hey, y'all, go like all the other Hex streams now, but please dislike this one. It's so funny. When I did a video probably about 6 months back, and I told everybody the first thing to go and dislike it. I literally had like 375 dislikes. It was the best thing ever. And then YouTube took away the dislike button the day after. So I want to take full responsibility for that. Thank you. That was me. That's my claim to fame, ladies and gentlemen. Last evidently, someone needs to tell Richard to chill with all the stupid flexing and PP size. It literally hurts the community, in my opinion. It makes it hard to pitch his products since a lot of people don't like that. I can't tell Richard anything. We can be honest with Richard, just as you're being honest right now. He probably doesn't watch this stream anyway, so it doesn't matter. But you can be honest with him just like he's honest with us. If that's how you feel, then that's how you feel. I tend to mostly agree with that. But I will say this. This is not my coin. This is not my community. This is not, well, it is my community, but I didn't build this from day one, right? He did. This is his marketing plan. He's going to continue to do what he does. I can't stop him with that, right? I can't stop him. I don't necessarily agree with everything that he does. In fact, I don't agree with everything he does. And I've been vocal about that. But that doesn't matter. He is providing a massive amount of value. And I just hope that maybe conversations like this and maybe comments like this, he kind of does take a look at, because I think that's important. But again, there must be a method behind his madness that I'm not aware of. Benny Blanco, first thing to determine is if they are ready to receive information. If not, bingo. That's the key, Benny. I love it. I love it. I love it. When do I get my sacrifice worsted? I have no idea what you just asked me. Easy peasy tortoise Johnny says, boomers unite. Briz. What did oh God, here goes. It took me 5 minutes to understand limited supply and potentially unlimited demand, but I was too dumb to understand any possible pitfalls. Winning. Well done. Well done, old Brizzo. Hexacat in the house. This sounds like a $6 million man intro. We have the technology. Oh, all right. I got an intro, guys. You guys want to see this intro? Let me check. Yeah. All right. I want you guys to +1 if you like the intro. I want you to 0 if you don't like the intro. Let's do it.
do not like or comment on any of my videos, and please do not subscribe.
All right, what do you guys think? Is it all right? Is it too cheesy? Is it too like crypto bro type thing? I mean, I think it's genuine. I cover those topics quite a bit. What do you guys think? Brent Islick says, hit the like. Do not hit the like, please, for God's sakes. David says 16 million USD in fees at PLS price of 0.001 at 25% burn equals 4 billion PLS per day. Burn, steak and bake, baby. Astro, what's up, man? Good to see you. P Bullish, man. I cannot catch up on the comments, folks. I'm trying. You guys just won't shut the heck up. All right, let's zoom down a little quick. All right. He says, wait till you find out higher risk strats and liquid loans are actually safer. Vids soon, hopefully. Hexographer says, I still have the dislike button. I just used it, Brandon. I got you, buddy. Come on, man. Biceps. Good job. All right, you guys like it? +1, +2, 0. Okay, thank you. +1, +1, +3, 0, 0, 0. Gay. Thank you. Good. All right, cool. -0. Thank you. So that's like that's like 3 down, right? So we went 1, we went 0, and so it's 2 down. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. It'll be banned. Oh, I'll be honest. I want you to be honest. Cheesy, not cheesy. Let's go. Awesome. Good link. Brizzo says good link. 0, 0, 0. Cliche 0. I love it. I like the jazz. That's not jazz. That's blues, you crazy fool. All right. We have officially gotten to the bottom. And look at that. We've got webcam chats, KYC, XYZ, best adult dating site. Gosh, man, look at this. They're just getting it. Let's block. Where the admins at? There they go. Good job. We blocked them all. All right. Who did the Balliet brand intro? You need to ask that person politely doing for you. Thank you, guys. This is awesome. Awesome feedback. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all over the world, I think, let me double check. I think that Crypto Heartbeat might be live right now. Let us check. Crypto Heartbeat. Is he live? Yeah, he's live. May the fork be with you. I'm going to be headed that way. And I also think, let me check Jim Rat Crypto. I think he's live too. So you guys are going to have a cool choice. Yeah, he's live. Outstanding. And he's with, who's he with right now? He's with Funding Jim. So you guys are going to have a choice. Follow me over to Crypto Heartbeat stream. The other thing that you guys can also do is go to Jim Rat Crypto. He's putting in God's work. I'm going to open this new tab. Let me mute this. You're going to get some feedback here. And I will put the link in my live stream. I will count to 45 seconds. And then if you guys want to follow me, you certainly can. All right. Let me X that out. Let me go here. Jeez, man. This is freaking out of control, man. Jeez. My PulseChain strategy. Can't believe we have so many daggone dummies in here. All right. You Control V this. Boom. Control V. All right. If you guys want to follow me, that's where I'm going to be. I'll wait like a minute so you guys can catch up with it. Let's check chat here. CHB for sure. I'm pretty sure on my math, my friends, 16 million transactions, even if fees on PulseChain 10x, that's 36,000 PLS per day. Spread among all validators, damn near zero yield until fees go way up. Interesting. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all over the world, my name is Brandon, aka Rags for Riches. Please do not like, do not comment, do not subscribe. If you want to hear more from me, and I would encourage you not to, I do a live stream from my porch every morning between 8 a.m. and about 11 a.m. Eastern. And that, my friends, is the end of us. Good night.